So why do we even let ILS enter the conversation if we know their lead to tour is going to be half of what we're going to be able to do on PPC? Why would we even entertain that, that idea and that discussion, right? We should be spending our money where our consumers, like you just said, are living. Let's cut out the fat, go directly to where they're at.
Yeah, it's definitely the easy button solution of 10 years ago or of 15 years ago. Back when it was just apartments.com, there was no Zillow rentals, there was no rent.com, there was no apartmentlisting.com. There wasn't all these players. And it kind of seems like after apartments.com did what they did, everybody else kind of got wind of like, hey, there's this $1 trillion industry over here called multifamily, and I could just enter it and start pulling money out of it. And you get, what we saw over the last 10 years, all these proptech industries, everybody fighting for, to be the next ILS. Even Yardi made an ILS, Rent Cafe, which has actually been very successful for them. So it's just interesting to see, like everybody kind of piled in, and now it's so diluted that there's just so much noise. And it's like, why would I even participate in any of that economy? I can pay $30 and get a sales qualified lead that is going to schedule a tour. Give me the $30 leads all day long.
100%. That's exactly it. One of the, I'll end with this. I think it is really important to be able to change your mind in digital marketing because data and conversion is going to shift. It's going to look different. It's going to happen quicker than we've ever seen it before with a lot of these AI prop tech companies kind of shifting what we think conversion is. The important thing, guys, I think to keep pushing back on, and the thing to keep, your North Star needs to be that multifamily math. And if it doesn't fit that math, if it doesn't fit that mold, be cautious of it. Don't go jump into a 12-month contract. Don't go jump into a long-term relationship until it's proven its value in your funnel. I feel like I get pained when I hear some of these conversations because we've been sold something that doesn't exist. We don't want to overpromise. We don't overpromise, but that $30 cost per lead is attainable for us over a decade of doing this. And we feel confident we can do that for you. Again, push back, ask hard questions. And ultimately, if it doesn't fit your funnel math, like we just spent the last hour covering, if it doesn't fit your funnel math, don't feel like you have to go sign a long-term contract just because they're a friend or just because you've known them. A lot of these awesome reps are going to go over to other companies. And I think a lot of our buying decisions go into relationship. And if I'm being frank, that's not a good way to buy. You should be buying what is actually fitting your funnel math. What's going to get you from 8% lead to lease? What's going to get you from your lead to tour being at 25%? What's going to close 1 out of every 3 tours for you? And if it's not complementing that strategy, it's not worth anything to your stack, your digital marketing stack.
Yeah, and to really put it in real terms, I've done the lease, where you see how many leases came from each source. And you may get enough leases from Zillow 1 month, or you may get enough leases from apartments.com 1 month. But go look at the whole year. Go look at the entire portion of your contract and say, did I get what I needed every month that I paid the bill for that contract? And there's just no world where the answer is yes. I have not seen a single property that consistently month over month got everything that they needed and everything that they paid for from ILS. There's winner months and there's loser months, and you really just can't afford to have that in your funnel when you're paying the really high premium price of apartments.com especially.
The great part about PPC, John, and to your point, is we on PPC get to turn down that knob. We get to reduce the spend at any time. The beauty of running PPC, a side benefit, is you can turn down that spend at any point, right? You send an email, send me a text, send our team a message, and if you're spending $3,000, we go down to $500 if you don't need leads. We can go into maintenance mode where we're just trickling very little lead volume over to you. You can't turn down your ILS contract in December, right? There's not an option to reduce your contract terms in December when it's going to be slow. So what is a side benefit of getting a direct-to-consumer strategy? It's actually being able to reduce your spend and save at the favorable times, like the middle of December, where we know prospects aren't going to be incredibly active. So again, there's a lot of things that we haven't even discussed of side benefit, but come book a consultation with us. We'll kind of get into all the nitty gritty of what your pain points are and how our solution can help kind of fit, obviously the funnel math, but then again, ultimately save you money.